Hello guys, this is Shubha Vishnoi and I'm gonna share some tips with you that how to learn English language. English has become such an important language. You know that this is an international language, it has become a global language. So go in any corner of the world and if you know English, you'll be able to communicate with the people there. And moreover, countries like India where Hindi is our mother tongue, still English has become the official language. And if we want to do job somewhere, so more of the national, international, all the companies, more than 80% companies are operating in English. So we don't have any other option except to learn English. And one more thing, in our personal and social life as well, we have observed that people who speak in English are given more importance. You know that very well, that's why you are here. So coming to the point, I'll start sharing certain tips with you. So to learn any language, we need 4 skills. What are these 4 skills? Reading, writing, listening, and speaking. So reading, writing you have done since years. You have been doing that. Like in studies, you were reading text and then you have written in your exams so many question answers you have attempted. But still English is not coming to your tongue. It's not that easy. So what to do that? Listen, reading you have done, but now you have to focus that what is there that you should have read for learning speaking. So for that purpose you have to read certain which is in dialogue form. Novel you may read, dramas you may read, short story you may read. So you have to read the dialogues so that they may creep into your mind, right? And newspaper you should read, but for newspaper you don't try to read the entire newspaper in a day. It will take you a whole day, remember, initially. So and it may be boring as well for you. So what you have to do is start with a short column and start with your interest area. Suppose if you are interested in Hollywood, Bollywood news, you may read that. And if you are interested in sports, you may read that. If you are interested in politics, you may read that. But keep changing. Don't stick to one sector every time. Remember that you have to keep changing and start with a short column. But minimum 20 minutes of reading every day is required. Minimum 20 minutes, remember. Now comes the second point, writing. What you have to write is, writing also you have done in your exams, especially and in your schools as well. For so many years you have done that. Now what you have to write is, you may write in the morning, you may write your whole day to-do list and what you will do and write in complete sentences. And at night, you may check that what you have done the whole day. You may write how was your whole day. So that is diary writing. So diary writing you may do, or you can write your daily routine. So in that way, that diary writing or daily routine writing you have to do every day, and that too for minimum 10 to 15 minutes you will have to write, right? Now it comes to, because it is said, remember it is said that reading makes a man wise, but writing makes a man perfect. Now we are moving towards the best, the most important skill, which is listening. How listening is so important. Remember that you know your mother tongue. How? You even don't know the process, how and when you learn that language. Because you were learning that language since your childhood. People were talking in that regional language and you learned it so easily. And this happens with the English speaking countries as well. In foreign countries, whatever language is spoken, whether it is Japanese, English, Spanish, whichever language it is, people are learning in that language because people are talking in that language. So it's not difficult and they become fluent in that language as we become in our regional language. So what we have to listen, you have to listen the chat shows where people are talking in English. I have seen so many of you saying that we watch English movies don't help that much. Why? Because when the action is going on, you pay more attention towards the action and you try to learn through that action, but you don't pay that much attention to the language. So you have to be still it is okay that if you want to watch English movies, be particular, English only. Don't go for Hindi movies, don't go for your regional language movies, right? And listening songs won't help, but watching cartoons in English, watching YouTube videos in English, and there are so many you all have smartphones and there are applications you may download in your phone. For that make a separate video, so you may do that as well. What else you may listen is, try to go for English speaking videos. You may subscribe any channel, whether it is mine or anyone else, and start listening them. Now it comes to the last skill, which is speaking. So how you will speak? Listen, you have done reading, you have done writing, you have done listening, and now all these skills are combining here in your mind, and speaking will come naturally to you. And if you want to learn cooking, you will have to go in the kitchen and try something to cook, then only you will be able to learn it. If you want to learn car driving, you will have to go on the road and start driving the car, then only you will learn it. So in the same way, speaking will be learned by speaking only. So start speaking. There is no other option, right? One more tip that I want to share with you. Remember, people say, you would have learned so many people saying, you would have heard so many people saying that English is an easy language and you may learn it very easily, or any language. Remember, English actually is an easy language. You can learn it easily. Even any skill in the world you can learn, but you will have to be consistent. The regional language in which you are fluent, you were so consistent since your childhood till the day you are listening that language every day. That's why you are fluent, simple. So, but what do you do with English? Do you listen it every day? No. So be consistent, do it every day. And for listening, minimum to minimum, half an hour is required. So listen English, write English, read English, and speaking will naturally come to you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you.